Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. So when I am filming this video, well, it's ahead of time of course, but when this video goes live, it will be the day after we come back from our pack up and go trip. So I will try to do a mix of like Instagram stories as well as vlogging, because I want to do a whole review on the experience for you guys and the trip and just everything. Planning on making a couple of blog posts out of it, just utilizing it all for content. But I hope that you guys were able to kind of catch up, and if you had guesses for it, let me know if your guess was right and down below. But today's video is going to be all about my monthly favorites. I have a pile of stuff in front of me, a handful of things to go through. I think after this month we're going to kind of switch to like an every other month thing as far as favorites go, just because I don't want to, because I only upload so many videos a month, I don't want it to be like all I'm ever giving you guys are favorites. But if you love favorites, if that's a thing you really like, let me know. I definitely include things as I'm like using them and loving them in the weekly vlogs. So if you aren't watching those, make sure you're checking those out. But this month is pretty concise. I want to update you on something I talked about in last month's video, and then I'm going to kind of talk you through everything that I have in front of me and that I am currently loving. So let's get into it. So as always, let's talk through the two things that I can't really show you. One I kind of can, but not really. The first thing is the show that I've been watching this month is Orphan Black. I have a show like every month. If you guys haven't figured that out, a lot of the times I just have one TV show that I'm kind of working through. For the last few months, I've been rewatching a lot of shows. I'll kind of pick one that's got a few seasons and watch it from the beginning, especially because things aren't airing as much regularly, and when I just want a show to watch in the background in the kitchen, want a show to kind of just have on when I'm getting ready in the morning, things like that, I have one that I kind of pick through. Orphan Black is one of my absolute faves, and Tatiana was nominated for an Emmy this year. I believe she was nominated last year, but she hasn't won yet, and I think this is the last year that she'll obviously be able to be eligible to win for Orphan Black. If you haven't seen it, it's flipping amazing. I've been watching it for a couple of years. All of the seasons are on Amazon Prime, so you can definitely watch them for free if you have Amazon Prime. I think you can actually do a trial too. So there are probably about 50 episodes. I think each season is about 10 episodes long, but it's so good. And she plays so many different characters, and they're all so very different. It is astounding. Like, you completely forget that it's one person playing all of them. A lot of the times you don't necessarily see her scene partner in everything, but they do have her. If you watch any of the panels like behind the scenes, because I'm a nerd and I love that stuff, it's really interesting to hear those kind of conversations, because she's had a person who's kind of played with her for, you know, the duration of the show, because otherwise she'd be acting with herself a lot of time, and that's a lot in the give and take aspect. So it's super fascinating. It's one of my favorite shows. I'm almost at the end. I have like 2, maybe 3 episodes left, and I've seen it before, so I know what's coming, but I'm excited to kind of block off some time to watch those final few episodes together, maybe tonight after I go through everything. So yeah, Orphan Black is a TV show of the month. And then I've also really been loving my beach waves with my straightener. So a couple of the products that I'm using for those I'll talk about in just a second, but I've really been loving that. It's just been a quick alternative. I got my hair done today, so we chopped some off, we updated the colors. So this is not my beach waves, but I did that tutorial last week, which will have been 2 weeks for this video, so I'll link it above for you guys. I think it goes over the left shoulder. If you want to check that out. But the beach waves of the straightener are really just great, super quick, get me out the door. I love them. So we'll go for hair products next. 2 that I've been using and loving a lot. One is a new discovery. One I just got a bigger can of, so I've been using it more. The IGK Beach Club Volumized Texture Spray. This is my fave. I use this a lot on my in-between days to kind of revamp my hair, give it the texture that it needs. I've actually been using it for a couple of months, but I only have the mini size that I got in the Sephora sale earlier this year. So I had Elena snag me a bigger can of it. I love it. She loves it. It's a new regular favorite in my life. And then a new Amika product that I've been using is the Hydrating Dry Shampoo Foam. So this is what I've been using for my dry shampoo. It really helps revamp the volume. It's a bit of a mousse, so it goes up in the top. If you watched it was probably last week's weekly vlog, you would have seen us trying it in the parking lot, and it's just like going everywhere. So it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. It's been kind of my go-to dry shampoo. I honestly go through lots of Dry shampoos and try lots of them. I don't tend to necessarily buy the same one over and over again, but Amika products are some of my faves, and I definitely would try that one and Perk Up again. Those are two. And then along with hair, we'll go into beauty products. I have quite a few of those for the month. So my Freya Luna. I've had this guy for a couple of years now. Actually, I've had it for like 3. And if I'm honest, I feel like I should knock on some wood for this. So I've had this guy for 3 years, and I charged it once and I haven't charged it since I got it. So it is held charged for that flipping long. I love this guy. I've had the Clarisonic, and the reason that I didn't buy the Clarisonic and that I got this one instead was that I wanted something that was a little more bacteria friendly, and this guy has been great about that. So I really have enjoyed that aspect. But it's only been in the last few weeks that I've really started reusing it again. I've had it and I've just neglected using it, and I'm not 100% sure if I can contribute it to exactly this, but I have seen that my skin is looking better. So I won't say this is the end all be all for that, but I will say that I've really been enjoying it again, and so far my skin seems to be loving it. As well as some beauty counter products. So this is, let me turn it to the English side. It's the Body Butter and Citrus Mimosa. This was a gift from my friend for my birthday. So I've been using this mostly on the lower half of my body. I have a body oil that I love and I'll use on the top half, but I've been using that after I shave or just a couple of times a week, and I've really been enjoying it. It's lighter, which is nice, but it absorbs into my skin really quickly, and I don't ever feel like when I'm out and about that I'm suddenly like really sticky, or that it's an issue with the heat and sweating here, which can be a problem with a lot of lotions. So I really enjoy it, and I love that it's non-toxic too. So I can't remember if I've mentioned this already. I'm 97% sure that's like my percentage for everything today, guys, that I have. But because it's like almost out, like I'm literally scraping this out with a Q-tip. That is how much I like it. And it's my Laura Mercier Liquid Face Illuminator. I just love this guy for adding a bit of extra glow all over my face. I kind of mix it in. Actually, sometimes I'll mix it in with foundation, sometimes I'll just add it as a layer after I put my foundation on, and it just gives kind of a subtle glow everywhere. So I don't feel like I have to go ham with a highlighter, but it gives more of like a subtly contoury glow. So this guy is one of my absolute faves, and I will continue to scrape it all out with a Q-tip because it only reaches to a certain point and then the little dropper doesn't pick anything else up. And of course, I'm notorious for not wearing something the day I'm talking about it, or as soon as I'm talking about it to you guys and loving it, then I move on to something else. So if I know I love and use something, I guarantee that there's a probably solid chance I won't be using it next week as much because I've been talking about it. But I've normally been rocking a coral lip all month because of the eye palette that I've been using, which I'll show you guys next. I haven't been wearing this the last couple of days because I just didn't want it to be as intense with my makeup. I've been a bit more casual, but I have been rocking this Kylie Jenner lip combo. It is the Show Off in her matte liquid lipstick. I'm a big fan of this. I've mentioned her liquid lipsticks before as far as the Mary Jo K. I have already replaced that one, although I feel like the new one is a little bit different than the old one. I think her older one was a little more blue tinted, but I've been loving that coral lip. If you see me in a coral lip this month, that is the one that I've been using. And along with coral, I actually just got my nails done, and I'm really loving this little jelly combo. I tried SNS this month, guys, which always sounds really not right, but I tried it this month for my birthday, and I don't like it. I thought that I might, but if I'm honest, it's just one of those things where the shirt keeps falling down, so it's driving me crazy. It is one of those things that it's too thick for me, and it feels more like acrylics, and I feel like I don't have a lot of flexibility with my nails, and it's more than I can handle. So I'm not a fan of SNS. I did poll you guys on Instagram, and a bunch of you said that you prefer gel too, so pardon to my gel people, but this is a little gel combo. Inspiration came from Paintbox Nails on Instagram. I'll tag them so you guys can check them out. But I just went into my salon and asked them if they could do it. It's very simple, but I would change one of the top colors because you can't see it as well with this, but one of my faves. Along with this necklace that Elena got me for my birthday. It is a Kendra Scott necklace. It's super pretty. If I can give you guys a close-up, if you haven't seen my birthday vlog, go check that out. But I love it. It's one of those things I wouldn't buy myself, and I don't necessarily know that I would tell you to buy, because from what I understand, it's definitely not worth the price point of it. Like, I can't get it wet. If I got it wet, it would turn my neck, so I'm not a fan of that. But it's a beautiful gift and I really like to wear it. So there's that much for you. So this palette, the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, looks like this and is flipping fabulous. I've been wearing this on my eyes the last few days. I wanted this palette a lot last summer when it came out. Everybody was talking about it. It was so pretty, and obviously I mentioned earlier this year that I probably wasn't going to buy any more palettes for a while, and a lot of these like warmer tones in this section up here was very popular with palettes last year, but I just love these colors. Like I could not get past some of these colors down here. So I went into Ulta the other day. I had $14 in reward points for Ulta, and then I had a $10 like reward, and so I was looking around to see if there was anything I needed to snag for our trip in travel size, or anything that I just felt like I would get in general. And honestly, if this wasn't in store, I might not have gotten it, but when I picked it up, I thought, why is this kind of warm? Like, is there something on the display that's been heating it? And the girl at the checkout told me they literally just pulled these guys off the truck. So I picked this up. I've been watching Jaclyn Hill's videos, which, by the way, I don't know what took me so long. Her closet tour is goals, but I have been using this the last couple of days and I really, really like it. I've done the same eye look a couple of times just because I wanted to master it, and then I'm going to keep playing with it. But I ended up paying like 15 bucks for this guy, and that was like my birthday gift to myself, and I'm very, very happy with it. So if you aren't super into lots of palettes, or you just want to have some fun colors, or you just want to make sure that you're getting the most for your money, this palette is fab. It swatches and blends beautifully. I still love a few more of the shadows in my Anastasia palette than I do more than this, just for how creamy they are, but for the most part I really am digging, loving, adoring this palette. I love these colors, and they're super pigmented, which is really, really nice, and can be kind of hard to do with some of those brighter colors. Sometimes they're a bit patchier. So book wise this month, I've started a few. I haven't finished anything yet. Might put book club on hold until I can kind of catch up with things, but I mentioned this in my like books that I bought recently kind of thing last month, I think, or earlier this month, and this is called Carvel. I snagged this with mom on a Sam's run, and it was interesting. I actually finished. There's 2 books so far. There's a 3rd one coming out, so I'm definitely curious to see how that goes. It's teen fiction. It's kind of like, I feel like this would make for a very trippy movie because everything's not real and you don't know what's actually real and what you can believe and what you can't believe, and so there's a lot of like rabbit hole mystery going on. I definitely think I'd reread it, and just with that, like, kind of, it's like watching the movie and knowing the ending and then watching it again and seeing it differently. I definitely feel like that's the way this book, because it kind of misleads you as you're going, because you're following everything through the main character's eyes, and she's kind of being fooled as it goes. It's a game and she's being manipulated. So I enjoyed this. I mean, it was a quick read, it was a light read, but it was definitely very interesting, definitely more fantastical. I think there's kind of a reason that this Carnival sounds like carnival. I kind of have that in my mind frame, but I am interested to see what happens in the 3rd book. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but I would definitely keep an open mind and kind of like question everything when you read this book. I think you might like figure it out sooner than I did. I actually have 2 food favorites this month. The other one is in the fridge right now, and it is a new nacho cheese that I found at the grocery store yesterday. I will put the Instagram photo up here so you guys can see it, but it is a dairy-free cheese dip. Siete came out with a new one, and I haven't been able to get my hands on it yet, but this one is, I don't remember who made it, The Hidden Touch maybe? They have a couple of different flavors, but this is the first like nacho cheese that I've had that I haven't made myself since I went dairy free a couple of years ago. So it was really good. I really liked it, and I think they'd be great for like party dips and stuff like that. But I also just ate a bunch for dinner last night because why not? And I've also been loving, this is not new, but it's a relove. It is Harney & Sons Fine Tea. This is the Vanilla Komoro, and is a decaffeinated black tea and vanilla. So I try to switch to caffeine free in the afternoons. Obviously I'm currently drinking coffee still, and it is past noon, but this black tea is one of my favorites and has been for a couple of years, but I've been drinking this again lately because I grabbed it at the grocery store. Oh, we had some and I didn't realize that. So, all right. Whew. Lots of words. I'm out of breath because I'm trying to do this quickly. I have an update on this guy. So I mentioned this in last month's favorites. I said that I would keep using it. I have been using it. I have half a bottle left, a little less than half a bottle left. I'm still kind of unsure. The tan that I'm rocking at the top right now is from that. Everything on my face is makeup. If I took this all off, I would be kind of pale. I actually haven't been tanning my face, mostly because when I normally do this tan, it's at night, and I don't want that to rub all over my pillow if it sits on top of my oils. I haven't found issues with it rubbing off in the last couple of days. I think the thing with this one is if I don't wash it off, so like let's say I apply my tan the night before, I go for a workout in the morning, and then I shower. Like if I don't shower before I sweat and I've got this on, that's when I find that it transfers. I have a white top that I wore the other day when we went shopping, and you can see on the inside where it has transferred. So I think the biggest issue with this one is that the sweat kind of raises it off my skin, and that's really when it transfers. I'm gonna kind of keep testing that. I like it. I will say that, like, I live in Florida, so when it gets hot out and if I have any, like if I'm sweating and I'm out, whether or not I want to be sweating and I'm out, if this is on my skin and I haven't washed it off yet, I will see transfer on my clothes. So keep that in mind, but I want to love it. I know I'm gonna finish using it. I don't know if I'll repurchase it yet, so I'm still gonna keep testing it, but I did want to kind of touch base on the whole idea of it transferring and whether or not that was like accurate. So I'll keep you posted, but that is where we're at right now. And Bear's coming to tell me that the FedEx guy would show by. He's already gone, Bear. He's already gone. Do you want to say hi? Alright guys, well, that is all that we have for you today. Hi baby. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. I am probably either at the beach or grocery shopping right now because we just got back from our trip, but I will talk to you guys all about it soon. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure you click that button, and if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up because it really shows my channel lots of love and support. I'm going to go talk to my big furry animal over here and see if the FedEx man left us anything fun. So I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you all next week.